The Firstborn is the movie I'm reviewing today. This movie is on Mercy Johnson Okogie TV. A recap of this movie, just like the title says, Firstborn, who happens to be Mercy Johnson, gave up everything just to make sure that, the younger brother succeed, and then the younger brother would take care of her, neglecting herself, sacrificing herself for her younger brother. And things went from good to bad to worse for her because she neglected herself in the process. This is what this movie is about. What I like about this movie, the storyline. Yes, the storyline, guys. The movie is so exciting and interesting. This is one of these movies I've watched in recent time that I love so much. This movie is so emotional. Oh my goodness. I did not predict the end. Oh yes. The movie storyline. Obviously, you have seen this movie before where firstborn are always asked to sacrifice certain things, stop going to school, go to work, find job, and take care of your younger siblings. Like firstborn are always acting as the parent. So this storyline is really, really relatable. Firstborn always have to shower the responsibility. Everybody is looking up to you. Everybody is expecting something from you. You are also struggling. So trust me, this storyline is so relatable, was done so well, so many lessons in this movie, and I love it so much. This brings me to the emotions in this movie and how the movie ended. That was very unpredictable. Most times, the firstborn would eventually find the right path, or life will eventually go well for firstborn, but no, this is not how this one ended, and that was so unpredictable and very interesting. It took a very different turn because the firstborn lost her life, and it teaches you that in as much as you love your sibling, you love your parents, don't lose yourself in the process. Like, so many lessons in this movie. I love it so much. Storyline, take emotion lesson, take. That is something that I love about this movie. Kudos to Mercy. This was a good movie. I love it. And then let me quickly talk about acting as well. Acting, Mercy did well. Obviously, Mercy is a legend. Well, yeah, I can say she is a legend because she was really good. She's very good when it comes to emoting emotions, so we can't take that away from her. Crying, she actually just have it, and she was that source that hold this movie together. So acting wise, I'm giving it to Mercy. Props to her. She was really good. Yvonne character was also very interesting. The comedy, the shoulder to lean on friend character she played was interesting to watch. Surprisingly, Christian was also very good for me in this movie. Mostly I don't pay attention to his acting, but here he was pretty decent. Acting wise, I think everyone in their respective roles nailed it for me. When it comes to YouTube movies, my expectations are not too high. My expectations are low, unless of course, and sometimes they bring it too low for me and it becomes a problem. So I'm easily impressed. So if I'm not impressed, that means there's a huge problem with the movie, trust me. You guys know, if you have been watching my reviews, you know that I'm easily impressed. I'm not really too hard on these YouTube producers. So if the movie is not good, or when I'm not impressed with the movie, trust me, that movie is that bad. So actors in this movie was really good. They did well. And this brings me to location. Mercy Johnson does well with location. Look, this is not a lazy production. They did well because there was a campus scene, there was street booker joints here and there. There were a lot of different locations in terms of, Christian became rich and all of that. There was marriage ceremony or wedding ceremony. Look, there were a lot of locations. So kudos to Mercy. She did well with that. I think I love the locations for this movie as well. Lastly, which obviously I think I've touched a bit on it already, is the ending. The ending was unpredictable. I love that a lot. I didn't see that coming, and how emotional that scene was. Kudos to Mercy. I love every bit of that. Unpredictable ending of movies will always have me on chokehold. And this is why I love this movie. So those are the things I like about this movie. Moving on to what I do not like. Obviously there is going to be something or some things I will not like about a movie, so let's get into it. First thing first, I want to talk about costume. Costume was a bit let down for me. A bit, or should I say, a lot of let down actually. The only person that actually looked good was the lady that played Christian wife. She looked really good, and then maybe one or two allergies. Yeah, but the main characters, Christian, Yvonne, Mercy Johnson, that was a huge fail for me, huge L for me. Christian became very rich. He didn't look like somebody who was very rich, and that's a problem. He didn't look like he was rich, and this was not reflecting on Mercy's appearance as well. Obviously they were trying to say that she said drunk, but drunk will also be enjoying the source of the brother's wealth after sacrificing everything, and that was disappointing. She didn't look good. She didn't look like somebody whose sibling was rich. So appearance wise was a bit let down for me. And then Yvonne as well. Yvonne, are you trying to say that all these years she's still poor? She doesn't look good. She hasn't changed anyway. Upon all the men, or the man in her life, they're about to get married, she still look like 10 years ago or 15 years ago. She didn't look like, she's gaining something, she's working, she's feeding herself, she's looking good. Nothing has changed about her appearance, and that's what I'm trying to say. Her appearance still look like years ago how she looked when Mercy was struggling to now that she is a bit all put together. The transition in their costume was bad. It wasn't really something that I was a fan of, so that was a bit disappointing for me. And yeah, costume was not it. Then I want to talk about the wedding scene. The wedding scene was a bit disappointing. I mean, I know it's YouTube, so they do not really put any effort in some of the scenes. They don't give us scenes about wedding and all of that, but I expected more, because you saw them in a wedding gown, they were preparing, they were doing all kind of thing, and the transition from that to just okay, wedding is over and everything I wasn't really a fan of that. And I want to touch a bit about the switch of the wife, or the switch of the wife's best friend who was giving her bad advice. The switch wasn't really making sense either. Upon all those advice and just one conversation with your husband, and you just switch. You didn't fight before making a reason. It is kind of shaky. It was unrealistic. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that I didn't like that. The transition of that changing and switching towards your husband's sister was a bit shaky for me as well. But that notwithstanding, is a good movie. Trust me, this is actually a good movie. I don't know why it's not doing numbers. This movie should hit 1 million plus already views. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it is what it is. If you haven't seen The Firstborn by Mercy Johnson, you are missing out. You are actually missing out. Rating this movie, I'm going to give it 7/10. That is how good I love this movie. Will I recommend this movie? Obviously, yes, I will. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next review.